Hello everybody, this is Travis and I'm going to give you a tutorial on string manipulation in JavaScript. Actually, it's going to be fun. I actually like string manipulation. You get to do a lot of cool things with it. I'm going to show you some examples here, and we're going to go through substring, index of, replace, and I think that's it. I guess I'll know once I go through it. And we're even going to add an HTML entity to this to make it look really cool. So anyways, only thing I got on here is my paragraphs. I gave my IDs here. So basically I got this first string here. This is a crazy string. What I'm trying to do with this, I'm trying to make it normal. You know, like the first letter is capitalized and the rest is lowercase, like like normal. So I'm going to show you how you would do that. And these after things are going to be after I do that. When I put the function in there and everything, it's going to populate and you'll see what the results. So these after are just a placeholder for right now. This JavaScript is really cool. What we're going to do with this string here is I'm going to put I'm going to replace letters inside there with symbols or even other letters if I wanted to. I'm going to show you how you do that. And I think the funnest one I'm going to left for last. This is Sparta, from that movie 300. I'm going to put in a dagger symbol in there it's an HTML entity to make it look really neat, and it's something you could probably use in your own projects to make things stand out. In case you ever wondered how people do that. So I got a lot to do, so let's get started. First thing, as you notice, I just declared my variables, simple stuff, crazy string on here, my JS cool Spartans, and I'm referencing everything here with document.getOutMyById. So this is pretty standard stuff. Alright, first thing I need to do is I need to declare a variable. Or first of all, I want to get this this string here and fix it. So I'll put a comment here saying crazy sentence, so that way you know what this is for. And this code, by the way, will be available in the end of the video, so y'all can go on this JS Fiddle here and play around with it. Alright, so the first thing is I'm gonna give this a function called fixMe. Certainly you can call it whatever you want. And I'm gonna pass in a string. We'll call this silly string. Just like that. That way I can pass in any string I want. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna return silly string dot charAt. Okay, what charAt does, it gets the very first character of that string. So basically what I'm doing right now is I just captured this T right here. That's all I did. Then I'm going to say .to upper case. Alright, so now that T is now in uppercase. And I'm going to concatenate that with silly string dot substring. And I want to get the first one. The reason why I set index 0 is because I want to do something special with that. So I'm going to get the first one, which in my case would be, since this starts at 0, this would be the H. And I want to get the silly string dot length, right? Because I don't know how big the string is. I mean, I do, but let's say I didn't. That's why I want to use the length property. And then, of course, .to lowercase. And that's simple. That's how you fix a string like that. Let me go ahead and test this out. In order to do that, I need to, where's that? I need to go right here and pass it in. So we called this fixMe, and we're going to pass in a string. In my case, I'm passing in crazy string, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this so I don't misspell it. And let me go ahead and run, and you'll see that it worked. And as you can see, it fixed everything on here. Gave that first little capital and the rest lowercase like it's supposed to. So that's how you do that. The next function I want to do, or next goal, is to add a bunch of things, replace letters inside here, and replace them with characters or symbols or whatever. Interestingly enough, JavaScript has something easy called replace, so it kind of makes sense for this exercise. So I'm going to go function. Oh wait, first of all, let me name this so y'all know what this is. This is the JavaScript sentence. Okay, so I'm gonna call this function. Oh, let's give this. Let's call it replace characters. Replace characters. That sounds like a good name. And I want to pass in another string here. Let's see. I'm going to call this, I'm going to var indexer. You can call it whatever you want. I just think that's a pretty interesting name. It's str.indexOf. Now, index of is pretty straightforward. What it does, it looks for a particular letter inside a certain string for you to search for something. Now, there's actually a better way to write this, where I can use a regular expression. That way, it searches through a bunch of strings, and that way, the function's a little more portable. But for this example, we're just going to do it like this. Just note that what I'm about ready to do next, though, if you're for some reason you're supposed to contain an A or something like that in it, you would be in an infinite loop. So, but anyways, I'll show you what I mean by that. So the next thing I want to do is put a while statement, or a while loop rather. And the interesting thing about index of, let me go ahead and say this, it's going to look for that A, and it'll find it, of course, because there's an A in here. But the interesting thing is, if there's not an A with index of, it returns a -1. So that's just something you just have to know. It's in the standards. If you read it in the Mozilla's standards, you could read about it. But anyways, so basically I'm going to say while indexer does not equal -1, very important here, I want to perform the following tasks. I want to say str equals str.replace, what I was telling you about. And I want to replace the A. Oops, keep messing up. Replace the A with, oh, let's pick something. Let's replace it with a %sign. And I don't have to put it in brackets. Nothing. I'm just doing that just so it's obvious and you can tell that there's a difference. But you don't need those brackets because it's just a string value anyway. And also, if you want to add more, it's very simple. Just go. In fact, we'll just copy and paste this. Go to Control C, and instead of A, well, we can pick a different letter. Let's go with the E, and let's replace this with a star symbol. And of course, I can do this 2 or 3 more times. But the more I do it, the more kind of confusing it'll get. So I don't want to do that. Next thing you want to do is you want to recall this indexer thing here, or whatever you named it, and just call it right here before the while loop ends. And then you want to say text, which I forgot to show you guys. I have a text here which is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be up here. Then I want to say text equals str. Very simple. I'm going to clean myself up here. And now, so what I'm going to do for this one is you can see here we have a regular thing here. Now I'm going to add a little special % and that star symbol. So very simple. I just pass in text because it's in the global scope. Okay. Go ahead and run this. It should work. Hopefully. Oh, it didn't work. Oh. Indexer. Oh, that's right. I forgot to call the function. Replace characters. It doesn't know which one I want to do it to. And I called this JS cool. There, now it'll work. The next one I think is the funnest. This is where I get to add in like a little dagger in there. It's really neat. That's something you guys could use in your own projects. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do though is I want to put a variable in here. I want to call it var dagger equals. Now if you guys know anything about HTML entities, I might post a link in the bottom, but if I remember. But HTML entities are like the little special characters, like the dollar sign or euro symbol, or I don't know, the copyright symbol, that sort of thing. Those were HTML entities. Well, there's one for a dagger, and it's very simple. It's just and dagger, very simple one. Oops, I need to put that semicolon in there. And now I'm ready to go ahead and create this function. So I'm going to say function. I'm going to call this replace all. And I got this replace all. I mean, I modified it a lot actually, but I got this from a website. I can't remember what it was, and if I find it, I'll give credit to it. I mean, I did replace a lot of it, but I got the idea from a guy on a website about this particular function here. But anyways, I'm going to say var replace all string, I guess, equals, oops, I forgot to pass in my string, equals str.replace. Again, this replace, man, I think they added this replace in, I think early on in JavaScript's evolution there. And we're going to pass in a new regular expression. And we're going to pass in the T, because that's what we want to replace with the dagger. And this G here stands for, I think it stands for global, but basically it means it's going to search for everything that has a T. So it's actually really neat to have. And then I want to pass in that dagger variable that I have on here. I think that's it. I don't think I need anything else for this. Oh no, I do. I need to put a return statement. I need to return replace all string. Could have just put the return up here, I guess. Alright, and so now I need to go ahead and add that in there too. So I'm going to replace that. And it's going to be replace all. And of course the string I'm passing is Spartans. And basically what should happen, I should put some daggers in there in the place of those T's. Go ahead and run this. And sure enough it works. As you can see those little dagger symbols. So this is basically it. So as you can see, you could use this in your own kind of development whenever you're making web pages or something. And you want to put like a little symbol inside of, inside of your strings. This is definitely a really good good function. Something you should probably put in your toolbox if you want to do something like that, because it makes things stand out. Because that's the whole point, is to make things stand out, so the user on a website is aesthetically pleasing to the eyes to look at something like that, and they buy your product or whatever. So, anyways, this is Travis. One last look here of the code. I'll have this available on the link below, this JS fiddle here, so if you guys want to play around with it. Just a fair warning though, you want to make sure that if you do play around with this particular function here, make sure that whatever string you pass in there better have that letter in there, otherwise you can have an infinite loop. You don't want that. So it'll say something like stop script, you have to stop script and refresh your browser. So make sure you have the right letter. With that, this is Travis signing out. And by the way, I have more time now from work, and so I should be able to complete the gym website hopefully this week. So be looking forward to that. Alright, again, this is Travis signing out. See you next time.